Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. Somebody left me a comment and they said, Mr. Keep It Simple, I'm homeless. And it's crazy how we're going to break this down. I talk about this on my live, but I just want to say ATM at the moment. I feel like if you're homeless, it's just your current situation. It's just your current position. But it doesn't have to be your future. It doesn't have to be your end game. So if you're sleeping in your car, tell yourself, I'm only here at the moment. ATM at the moment. A lot of guys that you probably see living in Miami, probably catching helicopters, a lot of entrepreneurs when they first started their business, a lot of people probably was homeless, but are they homeless now? No. What does that mean? It was only at the moment. Also, what does ATM also stand for? We know that as a cash machine. You feel me? So when it's all said and done, it's the same thing. You could be homeless. You could be in a financial jam. The next thing you know, you could be pulling out $800 at the ATM. That's how life works. You feel me? You could go from literally walking, you feel me? You know, putting miles on your feet, you feel me? You could go from walking to your feet to the point your feet is now a Corvette. Your feet is now a Mopar. You could go from walking to the grocery store, you feel me, for groceries. Then all of a sudden, God blesses you with a car. God allows you to make a low down payment and get a car on your feet. When other companies say, oh no, you need $4,000. When other companies say, oh no, you need $5,000, God could allow you to make sure that your down payment only costs $200. God can make sure that you get the keys for only $100. See, I feel like on social media, everybody wants to show the highlights, but nobody wants to talk about life. And I'm gonna say this again. Everybody wants to talk about the highlights, but nobody wants to talk about life. I feel that when it comes to being homeless, a lot of people, if they go 2 months without pay, I do believe 2 months without help from family, 2 months without help from friends, 2 months without help from real, like real stand-up guys, you feel me? I feel like in 2 months, anybody can be homeless. And that's a conversation that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But like I said, on YouTube, listen, I feel like as long as I take care of myself, and this is real, shout out to the FLS. I feel like as long as I take care of myself and I keep on improvement with self-improvement, I feel like I could afford to talk about unpopular topics. And I'm going to say this again. I feel like I could talk about unpopular topics because who really wants to talk about, people being homeless at the moment as opposed to, you feel me, what's going on in celebrity news? When it's all said and done, screw what's going on in celebrity news, because when it's all said and done, to anybody out there that feel like you're homeless, I'm going to tell you how the mind will play tricks on you. Now, as far as the mind, the real reason a lot of people don't make it out of a jam, and I once heard this from somebody else, and I was like, oh no, I hope you don't feel that way for real. But when you feel like you're going to be in that jam forever, that's how you give up. And I'm going to say this again. When you feel like you're going to be in that jam forever, that's how you end up giving up, because you feel like you're going to be in that jam forever. And that's not the truth. You're only in the jam at the moment. But the mind, listen, this is why I like to talk about topics about survival, because your mind can play tricks on you. Your mind can throw you for a loop. Your mind could have you thinking about things that have zero relevance with getting out of the jam. And 9 out of 10, that's what the darker forces do. The darker forces want you to stay in a jam. It wants you to stay in a downward spiral, because the more you keep spiraling down, you think you're literally going to crash. You see what I'm saying? But that's not the truth. If you're homeless, tell yourself, I'm only homeless at the moment. If you're sleeping in your car, tell yourself, I'm only sleeping in my car at the moment. You feel me? If you have job loss, tell yourself, I only have a job loss at the moment. You feel me? If you're going through quote unquote dark times, tell yourself, these dark times, it's only at the moment. And 9 out of 10, in dark times, that's when you'll find a light. And I'm gonna say this again, especially to all content creators, in dark times, that's how you find a light. And people that are not content creators, but people that are going through hard times, understand in dark times, it's literally where you find a light. So whatever you're going through financially, spiritually, mentally, tell yourself it's just at the moment. And once you tell yourself it's just at the moment, that right there tells the brain, that right there tells the mind that a breakthrough is coming. See, the name of the game is a breakthrough. Because, listen, in order to have an obstacle, that means there is a roadblock. So when there's a roadblock, that means a breakthrough is a must. A breakthrough is needed. A lot of you guys out there, if you feel drained, if you feel down, if your energy feels low, if you feel like you can't go anymore, I'm here to tell you that means a breakthrough is coming. If you walking, that means a new vehicle is coming. A new car is coming. If you're in a financial jam, new abundance is coming. New resources is coming. New strangers will bless you. New, a lot, things are coming, but you gotta think a breakthrough is coming. You gotta expect a breakthrough. You feel me? Because if you expect a breakthrough, it doesn't matter if your car gets towed. You feel me? It doesn't matter. What happens is, a breakthrough's on the way. If you're going through tough times, tell yourself, tough times are for tough people. And you probably think, Mr. Keep It Simple. Is it really that simple? That's why I call my channel Mr. Keep It Simple. Tough times are for tough people. When times get rough, go rough. Every step of the way, you got to learn how to adapt. Listen, we've been adapting since the beginning of time as humans. So why stop now? Why take a break now? Why start now? Why pause now? When it's all said and done, you got to learn how to adapt. And once you could adapt, and if you get in a financial jam, you could adapt to the financial jam. You could go from eating out in Nobu to cooking. You could go from going out nightlife to sitting back, relaxing, stacking your crumbs, building your pie. But when it's all said and done, you guys have to understand, dark times don't last forever. Storms don't last forever. Financial jams, they should never last forever. And if you are in a financial jam and you tell yourself, I'm going to be in this forever, you lie to yourself. And I'm going to say this again. If you are in a financial jam and you tell yourself, I'm going to be in this financial jam forever, you lie to yourself. And 9 out of 10, that's what the mind wants. The mind wants for you to tell you to lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. There is no financial jam that's going to last for eternity. There is no poverty that's going to last forever. There is no struggle that's going to last forever. These things don't last forever. These things are just at the moment. ATM. No pun intended. You feel me? When we see ATM, I want you guys to understand that you could go from not having money to going to the ATM and withdrawing $900 if they'll let you withdraw $900. When it's all said and done, you could go from having nothing to having something, but you got to understand that a breakthrough is all you need. You feel me? All you got to do is break through that obstacle. You feel me? Break through that wall. You feel me? Break through that, break through that, break through that. And once a breakthrough comes, you move forward and understand that a lot of these things was just financial nightmares, financial potholes. I like to call it financial jams. You feel me? Because you got to think about a traffic jam. We all been stuck in traffic. So when you're stuck in traffic, what happens? It's natural to look for the next opening, look for the next gap. And then when you find the next gap and you go through, guess what? Boom, you got out that traffic jam. It's the same thing when it comes to finances. Your money might be tight in September, but it doesn't have to be in October. Your money might be tight in October. It doesn't have to be tight in November. Your money might be tight in November. Same thing. Doesn't have to be tight in January. Understand whatever you're going through is just at the moment, and with the help of the Lord, because you could do all things through Christ who strengthens you, you could break through anything. You feel me? To stay down, to lay down, that's not in your favor. Especially if you feel like you're spiraling. The goal is to stop the spiral. The goal is to literally go out on your shell. The goal is not to accept defeat. And I'm gonna say this again, don't accept defeat. Don't accept any storm is going to last forever. Don't accept the fact that your financial jam is going to last forever. No, whatever you don't like, be proactive to change it. And I'm going to say this again, whatever you don't like, be proactive to change it. Let it breathe and stay in a fight until the end, my friends.